American journalist and author Michael Pollan once asked himself while sowing rows, "Did I choose to plant these potatoes, or did the potato make me do it?" Now, if you have read his The Botany of Desire, you would know what follows. But in case you haven't, he goes on to elaborate that both the statements are true. He calls humans bumblebees who get manipulated by plants into hauling their pollen from blossom to blossom. This manipulation could be in the form of a pleasant fragrance, the ability to purify air, medicinal properties, edible fruits, and the list goes on. But what is worth noting here is how lush green lawns with tall trees, bushes, and a wide range of plants outside homes have now been replaced by small or medium-sized indoor flora. The pandemic, however, saw a larger number of human bumblebees sowing seeds. From coping with boredom, decorating newly created home office, to getting influenced by the social media green trends, people had different reasons for doing so. Despite buying quality plants, spending hours watching YouTube tutorials, and investing in tools and appliances, many failed to sustain their indoor green plants. Where did they go wrong, especially when there was no lack of effort?
Indoor plant does not mean that it does not need light and air. Indoor plants are those plants which need less sunlight. Even the LED light, the tube light, the halogen light, even that is sufficient for that. For example, Areca palm, then you have the snake plant, you have the Song of India, you have the money plant. So these plants do very well even in dim light.
Swami Prem Parivartan is the founder of Give Me Trees Trust, one of the largest communities that plants and preserves trees in India.
Suppose you are in a place like Delhi, for example, Delhi NCR. There is the element of temperature. The summers may be approaching, the temperature will be very high, humidity, then you have the winds blowing, hot winds blowing, the exposure to the sun. So you need to understand that only those species which do well in this kind of a situation, in this kind of a weather, in this kind of an ecosystem, those should be planted.
Give Me Trees Trust has facilitated the plantation and preservation of over 20 million trees during the past 44 years, with 16,000 plus volunteers working pan-India.
For Delhi NCR, where there is a lot of pollution, the ficus species, which in botany we also call as the keystone species, because they are broad-leaved, lots of birds come on there. It's a fruit-bearing, the figs of the ficus species, lot of insects come in. They absorb a lot of pollution.
Popularly known as Peepal Baba, Parivartan has planted more than 12.5 million peepal trees in India and is also working with the United States Forest Service.